And they're so excited to be here.
That right there is when he turned to me and gave me the cool guy head nod. Am I 100% sure it happened? No. I got to talk to the Peanut Butter Falcon himself, Zach. Alright, so South by Southwest 2026 has come and gone. Now let me tell you about the time I got to go in 2019. So as a recent college graduate, I was able to try to win the David Carr Prize. David Carr was a journalist who wrote for the New York Times. He passed away, and the David Carr Prize was in his honor. I don't think they do it anymore, but in 2019, we were given a prompt. It was like, warmer temperatures will lead to this. You could write a short story, an essay, whatever it is. You could just write something having to do with that. And you could be a college student. I think you could also be a high school student or like a recent graduate. I know one person was a law student, and then I was a recent undergrad graduate. I don't remember the other finalists too well. I wrote a short story. It was about Joel Sartori and his photo arc and what that could look like in the future. I chose a holographic museum. It's a grandfather and his granddaughter touring the museum with Joel. Look up the photo arc after watching this video. Support if you can. I have a hat. But yeah, he sells books of the pictures. It's really cool. And oh, I forgot. That's why I want to talk about this. So they seemed to like my short story because I was named as one of the 5 finalists for the David Carr Prize, and I went to South by Southwest. I was given a platinum badge, like the most expensive badge you can get to like go into every sort of, whether it be film, music, innovation, whatever it is. Like you can go to any event you want to with a platinum badge. And I mean, I wanted to basically go to like the film stuff, but it was super cool. I was super grateful. The first thing I did when I got to Austin was actually go to an acting seminar with Henry Winkler, because Barry's second season was, even though I hadn't seen the show yet, it's one of my favorites. It's so well done. Gene Cousineau, his character on the show, was an acting teacher, so it was really cool. He picked people out of the crowd and like they did scene work on the stage with him. It was really fun. I wish I was chosen, but regardless, it was still really cool. Got to go to a bunch of films. Went to the awards ceremony. I did not win. Yeah, it was cool. Like the winner and I, we were kind of surprised how big of a deal like this ceremony was. I mean, we were like a very small part of it, like these innovation awards and everything. Yeah, it was a lot of like engineering stuff, technology, all these like really cool things, and then like, oh, these writers. But we had like our own table. It was really fun, really cool. I did not win. But, you know, Jordan, who was a law student at the time, he was really cool. His girlfriend, Talia, was also really cool. I got a story about her in a second. But yeah, so we left after our, like, award was given out, and we went to the Good Boys premiere, which was fascinating because I heard Seth Rogen's laugh in person. I would run into Jordan and Talia a few more times, and I'm so grateful I did, because I saw a documentary about the guy who invented the jump shot. I know there's some, like, discussions about if he actually did or not, but I should look up his name. I'll have the name on the screen. But it was a really good documentary, but it was a long walk to get to this other theater. I was staying, like, more towards, like, the city center, like, in, like, the main hub of, like, the festival. But yeah, so I did this walk, and I was glad to go to this movie. Like, it wasn't too, I'm a runner, so it wasn't like too long of a walk, but I was just like, oh God, that sucked.
People always talk about triumphs of the human spirit. Well, today I had a triumph of the human body.
And I ran into Jordan and Ty, and she was like, you know, you could have taken like the bus. And I said, what? She was like, yeah, you get like the free, like, it wasn't called like a bus, whatever, tram or whatever it is, like shuttle.
What do you mean?
So there's like a free shuttle you could go to any of the like the theaters you wanted to, and because if you were like participating in the festival and you had a badge, like bam, just get on the bus. I did not know that, but yeah, she let me know, and I was very happy because I went to that theater a bunch of times, and yeah, my life was so much easier. But yeah, that walk, I was like, oh my God.
I've walked for miles in this pit of danger, a place where no one follows me. I walk alone.
So yeah, shout out to Jordan, shout out to Talia. They were very cool. I was glad to, if I had to lose to someone, I'm glad I lost to him. The funny thing is, so like the next day after our awards ceremony, we saw I didn't go with them, but they happened to also be there. We saw the Art of Self-Defense with Jesse Eisenberg. And I didn't like walk in with them. I didn't know they were there. But they had a drawing for free movie tickets for a year. And he won. So winners win and losers lose, I guess. My favorite thing was definitely seeing the Peanut Butter Falcon. That was an experience. I remember waiting in line to see that. The sun was coming down, and there was like a little bit of shade, like whether it was like a bus stop or whatever it is, like a certain point in the line, like there was some shade, so me and this guy like stepped off to the side, and all of a sudden this guy comes out, and he's thanking people for showing up, thanking people for coming to see this movie. It's one of the directors. Tyler Nilson comes out, and he's just going down the line, thanking people for coming, and it was fascinating, because I went to a bunch of movies. That's the only time that happened, and this wasn't the premiere. It's not like Shia LaBeouf was the Dakota. It's not. I don't know. I would think they were there for like the premiere, the first showing, but like none of them were there. Zach, the Peanut Butter Falcon, was there. Shout out to him. More on him later, but yeah, this was just a random showing of the movie, and he was there, and grateful to have people there, and then the movie blew me away. It was fascinating. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. You know, they talk about Letterboxd top 4. That's in mine. Absolutely. Love the Peanut Butter Falcon. And the thing is, I got to talk to the Peanut Butter Falcon himself, Zach, and I got to talk to Tyler after. And he told me about how they had to like create a teaser, like film a teaser for the script. To get people to read the script, he filmed a teaser. You know, if you've seen the movie, they made the boat beforehand. You know, it's like Tyler played Shia's character, and they filmed stuff to get people to just read the script. It was a fascinating story. And like this conversation that I had with Tyler, I know he had with countless other people. So he's such a good guy to just, I don't know, and like being an actor and like loving the film industry, it was such a cool moment, you know, getting to take pictures with Zach, with Tyler, and like the three of us together. It was really fun. It's one of the coolest moments of my life, and I wish I got more people to see the Peanut Butter Falcon, because, you know, it felt like I was a part of it. And I think we all did. You know, we were a part of something, and I wanted to share it with other people. I think I only got my parents to go see it when it was in theaters. I failed on that front, to be honest. But I was so glad to have been a part of that, and just its launching off point, you know, premiering at South by Southwest, even though I wasn't at the premiere, it was such a cool experience. And that leads me to the last thing I'll talk about, the Kumail Nanjiani head nod.
Everyone's like such a film fan, and they're so excited to be here.
So literally right after I saw the Peanut Butter Falcon, I got in line to see Stuber. It's probably the longest I've waited to see a movie, which, you know, no shame to Stuber, but you would think, you know, Thursday night showing of Infinity War, midnight showings of, you know, The Avengers, the final Harry Potter, like all these things I did, Toy Story 3, you would think I would have waited in line longer for a movie, but no. Stuber was definitely the longest I had ever waited for a movie, but I had a great group of people with me. Complete strangers, by the way. I did not know any of them beforehand, but like the conversation we had just about film in general, it made it go by so quickly. And by the time we were able to like go into the theater, I was alone. Like the line had spaced out, and I'm passing Kumail Nanjiani, and he turns to me and gives me a cool guy head nod.
And they're so excited to be here.
That right there is when he turned to me and gave me the cool guy head nod. Am I 100% sure it happened? No, but it looked like he turned to me and did that. And that footage right there makes it, I did not see this footage like when this happened, you know, in 2019, but now seeing it now, I believe it happened. I believe it's true. I believe Kumail Nanjiani gave me a cool guy head nod. But yeah, Dave Bautista retweeted me after, you know, my thoughts on the movie. Yeah, I thought they were great together. I'd like to see them together on screen again, to be honest. The head nod, the retweet, I think I was basically in Stuber, to be honest. I should rewatch Stuber. But yeah, South by Southwest, so much fun. Very glad I got to go. I hope everyone who went this year and like the years since has had a great time too. Take care.
Until